An update on a Milton-Freewater teen whose life changed in an instant after a trampoline accident left him with a spinal cord injury.
16-year-old David Sample has been discharged now from Craig Hospital in Colorado. His mom, Crystal Perrin, says they're now in outpatient housing nearby as David continues his rehab journey.
Perrin says her son has made tremendous strides. He's now using a manual wheelchair, pushing himself around and transferring in and out of bed on his own. And despite the challenges, she says David is determined to get back to his old routine.
He's looking forward to getting back home and just being back in his house and just being around his own environment. But also, he really would love to play basketball with his friends again. So he's just trying to get strong enough to be able to stand up and play.
Well, Perrin says they hope to be back home toward the end of August.
David and his family live in Milton-Freewater, and the community is turning out to support them in a very big way.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia says the community teamed up with a local nonprofit to start a home remodelization so David can get back to feeling at home again.
Chris Egan is co-founder and president of the Brent Oliver 541 Foundation. He says the foundation is about showing others that physical or emotional injury or trauma doesn't have to limit your life.
16-year-old young man that sustained a neck injury, and Brent heard about that, and since Brent had, some common injury and had been to some of the best places in the United States for neurotrauma, it was a conviction of Brent to jump in and do what he could to help David.
Brent is Brent Oliver, who started the nonprofit organization. When it comes to going through physical and emotional trauma, he knows what the recovery feels like after having gone through it himself. His goal is to help David be set up for success once he returns home. Due to his previous injuries, Brent asked that we do his voiceovers for him. As a sign of respect, our own Austin Reed agreed to voice our interview with Brent as he talks about getting David's home ready for his return.
Built in 1907, it had cracked concrete, narrow doorways, and no accessible bathroom. So we stepped in. The concrete work is already underway. Once we receive the permits, we'll start the interior remodel, gutting and extending the bathroom, widening hallways and doors, and relocating electrical and HVAC. It's a massive job, but the community showed up. This is what it means to stand with someone, not just hope. Action.
Egan says the renovations so far are moving along.
We've started the initial demolition process in preparation for concrete. I believe tomorrow forming will begin, and next week this place will look way different. All the concrete will be in place, and then we'll move forward with interior improvements.
Washington State Representative Mark Clicker, who represents the 16th District, says he wanted to take action too, saying the recovery after a major trauma takes a whole community of support, no matter where you are.
I've known Brent for a number of years, didn't realize that he had this foundation. And so when Chris Egan and Brent approached me and they said, hey, where are the connections? That's what I want to be able to do, is help make those connections to where we can help other people recognize so they can be a part of it.
David's mom, Crystal Perrin, says her and her family are thankful for everyone who has shown their support, prayers, and volunteered their time.
I mean, that's huge, because without changes to the home, I don't know how David would be able to get around. And so just seeing the community coming in and helping it definitely helps our minds be at ease, knowing that things are being taken care of. Even with us here putting in the work here, there's a lot of work being put in over there, and we're beyond grateful for everybody that's contributing.
Egan says there are still a need for more volunteers and donations to be able to have David's home ready for when he returns. Reporting in Milton-Freewater, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you for that report, and we appreciate the family's time. We will have the donation link on applevalleyNewsNow.com. The foundation says any donations made are tax deductible.